Hello and welcome to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling. Today I've got a project that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, involving making pockets and maybe a hidden journaling spot out of envelopes. Now I've seen numbers and numbers of videos with these. Oops, that one's not one. But I love these envelopes because they have these big windows, and so I wanted to try to make something fun out of this. And my first thought was to make a pocket with the big window, but that almost covers it if we do that, so maybe we won't make the pocket as large. So, and then the other thing I've been wanting to use is this Postal kit. This is from Seven Plazas, Margaret, and it's just a beautiful kit. She has a freebie, but then she also has a kit, and these are just some of the pages. I just printed off some that I thought would be, right for the kit. So let me turn it around here and show those to you. So I've got this one, the ledger, which I absolutely love. So I can get a hold of them. There we go. Here's a beautiful, large stamps background. Here's some postcards and ephemera on that one. And then we've got some journaling cards. We also have a postcard here and some smaller pieces you can use as ephemera. We have these belly bands, but I thought they would be great to cut apart and use as ephemera also, kind of like the Tim Holtz, what do they call those, collage tags, that you could cut these apart in certain places and make ephemera out of them. And then we've got some tags that I put a neutral background on. So 2 different sets of tags there. And then I also have, this is from Pink Monarch Prints, and this is her blank labels. And then this is, I just really liked this one here, and I believe this came in the May kit. So I just wanted that tag there with the postmark on it. I thought that would go perfect with this type of theme. So let me set some of these to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this envelope open on the sides. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to trace the inside of this envelope from the inside onto my paper so that I can cut it all out in one piece. And I've seen a couple different people do it this way, so I'm curious to see if it will work. So we're going to go ahead and cut both of these on the ends, and we'll be able to glue them back however we need them. Alright, so we got that. So we'll be able to decorate this here, and then we can pick one for our outside. So let's see, the postcard, I think that one you wouldn't really get to use the most of it. This might be a good one for the front cover. Let's see, journaling card. Oh, how about this one right here? Let's cut this one out, and I think it would fit perfectly in that spot. Alright, and let's see. Let's set this over here and these over here. And we'll set this for now over here. That way we can see what we're doing. You could use your trimmer to cut this, but sometimes I find it just as fast to use a pair of scissors. Hope everyone is staying in and staying cool. It's in the 90s here, so it's nice and toasty today. All right. All right, let me get rid of these scraps, and I think that's just about perfect. We might have to cut off this inside here. looks like if we fold it, yeah, that would stick out. So let's try and cut off this inside and see what that does for us. Okay, let's see what happens. I think we might have to still cut the other side off too. Yep, but I'm really liking that. And we might even pull it up just a little bit so we can see the old post in there. So what do you guys think of that? That's beautiful. All right, so let's cut this. And then we're just going to cut just below or just above the stars on here. You can't see, those are little bitty stars. All right, let's give this a look and see how that looks. Oh, I think it's just about perfect. We're going to glue it in that way, and then when it dries we'll trim off anything that's extra there. All right, grab my glue here. Hopefully it hasn't clogged up on me. Alright. There we go. And Margaret from Seven Plaza also has out another kit, a Field Notes kit, that is beautiful as well. I really like that one. Oops, I got that a little too far over this way. I'm going to set it, but try not to smush it down yet to make sure it's just right. Oh, I think that's perfect right there. Then we're going to push that down. And we'll let that dry. I don't think we need to cover this in here because we're not really going to see that. And debating whether to make a front pocket or a back pocket. I think we may make a back pocket just for something different. All right, so now how can we cover this out here? It's hard to figure out how to cut that out, but let's see, let me find a piece here. Let's go with this one because I really love the ledger. Now it's a little short, but that's okay because we're going to be folding that back anyway. We could use this side even. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off because I need it to fit inside of the pocket there so that I can trace the window. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lay this inside of here, okay, and try to figure out what portion we want to, let's see, we need to line, I was going to say what portion we want to show in the window, but that's not true. It's where it lines up at the top. Okay, so I've got it lined up at the top here. I am going to take my little scoring tool, and this has a little nub on the back of it for scoring, and I'm going to ever so gently, try not to push down too hard, but I'm going to go around the outline of the window, and you could do this from the inside too, because this might show on the outside. But this imprint should show on the paper. Let's check. Oh, I don't think I pushed hard enough. Let's try again. I didn't push hard enough. Okay. I was hoping this would work because I thought that's a really neat way to do that without having to try to piece it together. I'm pushing a little harder this time. Okay, and it's ever so slightly. I can see it there. All right. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. Trying to see where that's going to fit on here and where I need to cut it off at. So we cut that edge. So it looks like about right here on this red line, on the second red line, we're going to cut. You can measure and use your trimmer, probably a more accurate way. And I'm going to cut the white off the top and the bottom because we want this to look vintage. Alright. That looks just about right. We'll just have a little bit to trim off. Alright. And now I'm going to take, and it's ever so slight in there, so I'm just going to poke a little hole with my scissors. There we go. And ever so carefully, I'm going to go to that line and cut this. And whatever portion of it's not perfect, we can use a little ink to cover it up. Or you could always use little pieces of ephemera around it if you have a little spot that's short or not exactly cut the way you want it. Alright, let's see how we did. Alright. Well, we did okay except up here because I was measuring with that white piece on there and I didn't quite get it right. But the rest of it doesn't look too bad. A little off on this side, but first time doing it, not too bad. Alright, I'm going to get my little inking stuff here and I'm going to go ahead and ink around with some vintage photo the edges of the paper. And since I am using just a printable, I need to be a little bit careful. I didn't print this on cardstock because I didn't want it to be, make it too thick. Alright. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and ink a little bit right here, just down the side. And a little bit up here at the top. We may end up cutting some of that off, but we'll go ahead and ink it for now. Okay, I'm going to go down along the side here. Alright. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And I will just trim the top off. So let's go ahead and glue this. Try to stay in camera here. Okay. All right. Now we may just go ahead to make it easier on ourselves and trim off the excess. I think we'll do that. If you want your pocket longer, then you could find, if you want your envelope longer, you could find something to cover that with at the bottom. But I think just to make it easier, we're going to trim it. Plus, we'll measure this here in a minute and see what it measures at. There we go. Let's see what it measures at. It measures at, got too much on my map here. Okay, so it measures at almost 9 inches, a little short of 9 inches, and it is about 5 inches wide. So it's just about perfect for most journals, depending upon the size you make, but a lot of folks make a 9x6, so just perfect for that size. Okay. Now, if you're going to glue this down, you don't have to cover the back. If you want to make it a freestanding piece or something you're going to slide in a pocket, then you're going to want to cover the back of it. I think we'll go ahead and cover the back of it, and I think I'm going to glue through here down, and we're going to leave this open, maybe just slightly glue right here, leave this open so we can slide in a journaling card. So let me grab my glue again. And let's just ever so slightly put a line up here. Okay. There we go, and I love this paper. Love, love, love it. All right. We might as well go ahead and take the other side of our paper here and fit it to the back. And let's see, we said this was right at 5 inches. Yep, just slightly longer than 5 inches. So let me measure. Okay, let's cut off this so we're not using that as part of our measurements. And we will cut off this. And if you have a printer that will print borderless, that's wonderful. Mine says it's supposed to, but I have not been able to get it to do it yet. I think sometimes it depends on the computer programs that you have also. Okay. I'm going to cut this off of here because I want to keep this part in. So we're going to measure just slightly over 5, and it looks like I need to cut it just about here. So let's do this line right through here, and if we need to trim it, we'll go back and trim it. All right. Oh, perfect. May have, like we said, may have to trim it up just slightly, but not too much there. Okay. Now be careful right here. I got a little glue. You don't want to get glue there because that's your opening. Okay, sorry if I'm out of camera. Just ever so slightly. And I think we'll have to trim that off, but we'll let that dry for a few minutes and then we'll trim it off. So there's the back, and we can definitely decorate the back. Here's the front, and then this is going to be our pocket to slide our journaling card in. All right, let's pick some pieces that we can decorate with while we're letting it dry a little bit. Put the pin back in the glue for a few minutes so we don't let that dry out. All right. Let's see, what can we decorate with here? So, one of the things I forgot, I brought in these labels because I thought the red would match, and maybe even the black, but definitely the red and the light, my brain's not working, like light tan, like manila color, maybe the black. And we'll cut out a few of those. And I brought some stamps in with me that we could create our own stamps. So let's cut 2 or 3 of these out and we'll make some stamps to use along as decoration. Okay. Let's see, I think we can do one of the black ones. Alright, and let's see, let's find one more that we like here. It looks maybe a different size. Let's do one of these. Sometimes you see labels like that in the post office. And if you want to see a couple ways this kit has been used, you can definitely go to Margaret's channel, 7 Plaza, and see what she created. And also on Sunset Crafts and More, I think that's the name of her channel. It's Maggie. One of her subscribers just sent her a journal made from this kit, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I have this big set. I think these may be too big, but we'll pull them out here and look. And then I also have a smaller set. Okay. So we got this set. And let's see, let me grab the smaller set. We've got the filled labels, and then let's see, did I forget my other set? Oh, here it is. I've got this set. Okay, so let's see, what do we want to do here? We've got a block here. So on this one we've got airmail, we've got a postage from Brooklyn, New York. We've got a U.S. postage, 1 cent paid. We've got a postmark. Let's do airmail. We'll do it on this one here. Okay. And let's use, well, we need a black, don't we? Let's use the Versa Magic. See if I can keep my fingers out of it. I'm terrible about fingers on stuff. Okay. There we go. The R just a little bit, but that's all right. All right. I'll come back later and clean that off. What else can we pick out here? We've got these. That's going to be too big for that, but that's kind of neat. Let's see here. We've got an approved, we've got express, we've got received, certified. Let's see. Urgent, how about an urgent? That would be a good one. Let's do urgent. Let's do that on here. Okay, and let's see. Is there one we want to do on the Tim Holtz one? We've got enclosure, this side up. We need something that'll fit in here. We've got, I like this received and filed. Let's try that. Make sure we got that right side up. Okay, so received and then filed. Our butterfly fell out. Stick that back in. Alright, let's see if that fits in this space. Okay. Might have to. Let's do this. Let's do the filed first. And we'll do it over here to the side. Okay. There we go. And I'll find something to clean that off on. And then we'll do this one here and make it stamp over. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to make it look like they just did it quickly. Alright, let me set this over here and I'm going to clean those when we get done here. Alright, we'll go ahead and set our stamps off over to the side here. So we've got those that we can use to decorate. Let's look at our other papers here. See what we might be able to use. I wanted to use this one here. It looks like a stamp or a postmark. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see. Where are our other cards we were going to use? There they are. Okay. So here is some of those ones I was thinking that would make a great ephemera pieces. So I'm going to cut this one out. And we may even make a belly band on the back. That would be a great thing, I think, to add to the back. Okay, let's cut. What one would make a nice belly band on the back? Do we want a thicker one or a thinner one? We don't want the whole thing covered up, so let's do a thinner one here. Sorry if I'm out of screen, but I'm sure you guys don't really care if you see me cut or not, huh? Okay. Let me set that over there. Okay, so there. This one we're going to use as a belly band back here. This one we're going to cut into pieces of ephemera. So I'm thinking about doing this right here. There's one. And we've got a piece here. There we go. You could cut that little piece off too. We'll do this right here. And the airplane, this one we'll see whether we need it or not. Okay, so let's hold this here and let's see how we want to do this in the front. So let's ink these up a little bit as we go, just to get rid of the white part on the cardstock around them. Okay, so we've got airmail. We've got a fighter jet there. We've got an urgent, filed and received. Let's see what else we've got. We've got this one here, which kind of matches with that one. Oh, I kind of like that right there. All right. Let's go ahead and glue that down, these three together. So let's do this one first, because we're going to lay the other one over top of it. Okay. Hopefully I'm staying in focus where you can see me. All right. Airmail, and then how about this one right here? It says let's see, trying to see what the date says on it. Can't quite tell. I wanted to say it said 19, but it doesn't. Not sure what that one says, but it looks like a stamp or a postmark on a stamp. Do we like that there, or do we want it down here further? Let's go down here further. All right. Do we want anything up here like this or this? That's kind of nice there. So let's take this and we'll put the glue on here. There we go. All right. I think that's good on the front. Now let's take it, and it looks good and glued, so let's go ahead and trim off the excess here real quick. Anything that's kind of poking out and that we can see. Then we'll add the belly band and a couple tags. Alright, did we get all that? And a little bit at the top. Alright. And let's see, a little bit on this side. And then what you can do is take and ink those up a little bit, and that'll cover up all the white. There we go. A little bit at the top there. All right, that looks really good. Alright, now we're going to take and create a belly band back here. It may fit better that way, but everything is going up and down. So I'm just going to make it right in the center. Oops. Oops. I am making a mess here. Alright, now we're going to let that sit, and while we let that sit and dry, let's add, I really like the urgent tag. I even like that I got a little black ink on there. Makes it look more official and grungy that way. So let's put urgent here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put these over here. We can use those on another project. And then we've got, let's just cut out, this is going to be our journaling card. So let's go ahead and cut that out. And I didn't see it till now, but it looks like my printer messed up there a little bit at the edge. And on the back of each of these, I used another printable with just a neutral background. So that will be our journaling card for the front. Let's cut out a couple tags here, and we'll use them for our back here. I love this one that looks like an old courthouse, or I guess it could be an old postal office. You don't see too many of the older buildings anymore. We actually, in our town, still have a building that looks a lot older. You know, it's not the new one level. This one's actually, you have to go up a staircase to get to it, and just looks like a real old regal building. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, and look, there was a few labels on here that I didn't see. So this has an airmail. Where did I just see the airmail? It's got a label here, label there. So there's some labels right in the kit you can use. But it was fun to make our own too. So I'm just going to ink these pieces up real quick. And maybe we'll punch a hole in our tags. I don't think I'll add strings right now, just for the sake of time, but you could add some red and white baker's twine in there, and that would look really neat. What they used to wrap packages with. All right. So you could cut out 2, 3, 4 things and put in your belly band back here. I like those labels, or I'm sorry, those tags. Those look cool. All right, so we've got this card here, but it needs something to be able to pull it in and out. So I've got my well-tail type punch here, and let's find something we can just punch that we like, that we can punch a tag out of. Alright, I think I'm actually going to use one of these smaller tags here, fold it in half, and we can take it, and I always like to look at my tags while I'm doing them, and then there's a little line in here that you can line that up on, and we'll get it to go that way just a little bit. Punch it out. There we go. Now, you can use this side, which looks pretty cool, or you can use this side. I think I want to use this side. We're going to go ahead and ink it up. And then we're going to try to just put it on the edge here. There we go. And now we'll be able to, now you can make your card bigger if you wanted, but I wanted to use pieces from the kit. So I'm going to use that journaling card there. And there you go. Simple, easy, great way to use printables and different items, you know, that your printables. You don't have to just use them for journals. You can use them for ephemera. You can use them, something like this could be used in a swap if you like to do swaps in the groups. You could use it as a gift. Maybe instead of putting a journaling card in there, you could put some gift cards in there for whoever you're making a gift for. You know, use whatever type of paper you like and decorate it up. But I wanted mine to slide in a pocket in one of my journals. So we've got a journaling card here. And then we've got the nice little decoration. You could also make a mini notebook and slide in there if you want to, out of some of the paper. And then we also have a belly band back here that you can load up with tags, cards, whatever you like. Sometimes I like to run them this direction, although they stick out a little bit, but good way for you to see how they fit in there. So any way you want to fill that up, you can fill it up. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you'll come back again and join me, and we'll create something else new together. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a wonderful day.